It's good shit. It's genuine.
Take your innocence away. You're too sweet to be eaten alive, but if you live, the world will make you insane. Don't you think it's better to die painfully than to grow up in a world of pain? There's something creeping through the doorway. It's glaring at you, you'd better run away. The cannibalistic living dead.
What's up? Thanks for staying up to date with our interviews and with Marty and Drew's excellent adventure. We're in Savannah, Georgia. Fuck, I need to talk louder. We're in Savannah, Georgia right now at this guy Connor's place, and he's kind of a mystery to us. This is another couch surfer that we met, Adam. And he's never even met this guy Connor. We only met him once. And so we've ran into 3 other groups of couch surfers who have been surfing here while we've been here, and this is one of them, probably one of the coolest ones. So,
thanks.
Adam, you said you're pretty well traveled. And
yeah.
You use couch surfing a lot.
I have a relatively new account because in May it'll be a year. But yeah, I was studying abroad last semester, so thought it would be a good idea. Well, someone told me that couch surfing would be a good idea. Like, it's a great way to travel around. So I set up an account and I hosted. Well, actually, mostly it was just like friends, that were couch surfers also, like already friends, and got some references that way. And then when I was, so I studied in Barcelona, and then I hosted my first couch surfer there. It was this guy who was riding his bike from Prague to Paris, which is actually really, really far, which is crazy. So he wanted to do like a last trip, and he was deciding between like flying to Rome or flying to Barcelona, and he decided on Barcelona, which was a good choice. He was from Washington, so so I hosted him, and then I had my first real couch surfing experience when I went to Munich, where it was kind of crazy because it was a similar situation to this, but I also did stay in the couch surfer's home, but it was similar in that it was like a hostel. Like, we were staying with it was tons of couch surfers were there. This guy, because I went for the Oktoberfest. So Oktoberfest, it's impossible to find a couch surfing host. So this guy decided he was just gonna have as many couch surfers as he could. So he ended up having there were probably 25 couch surfers there that the 2 nights that I was there, which was fucking insane. It was cool. Met a lot of people, and that was the way I got a bunch of references. And actually, I ended up hanging out with. So one of the girls that was there ended up hanging out with her in Istanbul, in Turkey. 2 or 3 months later. So I took advantage of couch surfing considerably. And it's just awesome. It's fun hanging out with hosts.
So about how many people have you surfed with versus about how many people you've hosted?
So in terms of people that I've surfed with, it's maybe around 12, maybe 15, something about that. Because while I was in Europe, it was probably about 8, and then here about 3 or 4. So more like 12, but it's not necessarily and then me hosting, I've hosted 4 people total. So yeah, there's an imbalance. It's okay because other people host a lot, so it balances out. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so it's not just hosting, but it's also just hanging out with people, because a lot of times I'll go to a city and then I'll send out a message on there, I'll join their group. Whatever city's group, we did this in Nashville, where so I got in their group and then I sent out a message hey, we're 2 couch surfers here for 2 days, want to know if anyone's hanging out, doing anything, and then we meet up with people. And we did that in Atlanta also, and when we did it in Atlanta, we went out to dinner with some people that just contacted me because they were just doing the same similar thing. They were hosting couch surfers, and they wanted to meet up, and we got dinner with them. So it can also just be meeting up with people.
Yeah.
I've done that a bunch of times.
So, what would you say is your most like memorable or craziest or just different
Yeah,
experience?
they're all different, because like it's fun, because like I meet, like I put this in my profile, you meet people that you want to meet, which is, you know, something special. You know, it's like couchsurfing is basically like a people filter. Like you get rid of you get rid of what do they call it in, like with grain, like the sow or the row. I forget what they call it, but whatever.
You know what we're talking about.
Yeah, so you get rid of the crap and get some good stuff, the creamy center. And so, yeah, the creamy center of people-dom. And, yeah, so, like, so I met some really awesome people. Like, I was staying in Geneva, and the guy that I stayed with, he is the ambassador for Pakistan for the World Trade Organization. Really fucking cool. That was definitely an interesting experience, and I stayed with his family, which was really nice, and like this like $1.5 million apartment, like downtown Geneva, which was fucking sick. And like when I was in Paris, I stayed there for 4 days, and the guys that were hosting me, they hadn't done much exploring themselves because they were relatively new to Paris. So they just like took me around everywhere. I don't know how the metro system works there. They literally took me around everywhere. So a lot of, just nearly every place that I've gone to has just been a really special experience.
Have you ever had any negative experiences?
Not really, no. I guess, like, not really, no. I sometimes, like, there was one guy that I pushed him a little too hard. He was a little bit of a sensitive person. So like he got upset at me for a little bit, but it ends up like I'm one of his favorite people now that he's hosted. So we keep in touch with each other. But that was the only like relatively negative experience. But it wasn't negative to me. It was just because I was a little bit of a prick. But this is the strangest, one of the strangest, definitely. Maybe the strangest experience where we're staying in a house and I haven't met the host at all.
So have you ever met anyone like shady or?
No, not at all. Yeah, I met a lot of just really genuine people. Yeah, not at all.
Right on. So what's like? You're like in Savannah right now.
Yeah.
So, and you're from?
I'm from Poughkeepsie, New York, a little bit upstate New York.
So what are you doing right now?
So I'm with my friend Nat. We both go to school together in Pittsburgh, and we're taking a road trip around. So we stayed one night in Louisville, then we went to Nashville, then we went to Atlanta, and this is our last stop, Savannah. Then we're heading back up tomorrow.
So you guys go to school in New York?
Or Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
What do you study there?
So it's my last year. I'm a philosophy and physics major, so doubling.